Greetings everyone, welcome back to Tesla's Cube. I'm AcceleReece, and you're watching a Hot Wheels Originals review. Today, we're taking a look at Hollowback. The Hollowback was designed by Phil Reelman and was first released in 2005. And guys, I think this is the first video in this series where the car I'm reviewing actually did not debut in the main line. That's right, this car first debuted in the Hot Wheels AcceleRacers series. Now, a lot of my longtime channel viewers might know what this is, but in case you don't, AcceleRacers was a series in 2005 that was also a series of animated movies on Cartoon Network, and it was a series of 36 brand new fantasy castings that debuted in this series. There were 4 racing teams, the Teku Metal Maniacs, Racing Drones and Silencers, and each team had a team leader. Hollowback was the team leader for the Metal Maniacs. As you can see, that is the Metal Maniacs logo, and there it is on the side of the car. Hollowback was driven by the character Torque Maddox, which you can see right here on the left. Each card back featured the team leader for each team, but not like a correlating driver. So every Metal Maniac car in this packaging had Torque on the side. But this was Torque's car, so it's pretty cool that they do actually correlate on this package. Before we get into the review, let's just take a look at this wonderful packaging, because it's very different than a lot of the packaging that we've seen so far in this series. We got Hot Wheels AcceleRacers at the top, 3 collectible card games. So in the blister, there was this little booster pack for an AcceleRacers card game, and there's 3 cards in there, as well as the car itself. Hollowback is number 5 of 9 in the Metal Maniacs set. There's the assortment number. Watch AcceleRacers on Cartoon Network. This aired on Toonami, I believe, which was a block, like an action cartoon and anime block of Cartoon Network. You can actually see the Wheel of Power from the TV show in the background there, in those sort of blue graphics, which is pretty cool. No render of the car, just the card pack, and all the card packs had this cool artwork here of Hollowback and Synchro. It's kind of foil looking, it's kind of hard to see with my lighting setup here. Get out of the way, ring light. This is what the back looks like. There's a little description for the show and this series, as well as the card game. I'm not going to read all this. You can pause and read it if you want. Great on track. All the AcceleRacers cars were designed to be track stars. And as you can see here, it's advertising all the teams. And these are actually resin prototypes of all of the cars here. Pretty cool to get this is all in color. It's not like laminated, but it is in color, so that's pretty cool. Long-time viewers of the channel, you know this packaging very well, but I kind of just wanted to go over it because, I mean, this is technically the first edition of Hollowback. But without further ado, I think we should get a loose sample on the table. Let's go. All right, so here is Hollowback all out of its package in all of its glory. Now, this car has a lot of history, so I have a lot to go over with this car here. But as you can see, this thing is just a beauty. The AcceleRacers cars just look so good. Before we just jump into all the information, let's just throw it up on the turntable. The very first release of Hollowback in the AcceleRacers series has a plastic body with a pearlescent red paint. It's sparkly. It has an unpainted Zamac metal base, a chrome interior, an extra chrome part for the engine and the front grille. It has a smoked out window piece and co-molded 5-spoke wheels, or CM5s, with a red axle cap. The co-mold wheels was a huge feature of the Highway 35 World Race cars, which was the predecessor to AcceleRacers. AcceleRacers was a sequel to World Race, and they used the co-mold wheels again. The Metal Maniacs had CM5s, and then there was also the CM6 wheels, which we'll get to in a second. The Hollowback is a modern muscle car, as you can see, with a gigantic blown engine. There's a lot of cool things going on with this car's design. It's kind of got like a Mopar feel. It kind of reminds me of like a modern Dodge Challenger, like you can see the front grille there. But this came out in 2005, so it was designed in 2004. So this car was kind of ahead of its time. I mean, the new Mustang debuted in 05, and then like the Challenger and the Camaro came after. Hot Wheels was doing a lot of these sort of modern muscle cars back in the Y2K era that were like really ahead of their time. According to its bio in the AcceleRacers Meet the Cars special feature, it has 540 horsepower with a vacuum induction enhanced side draft injected V8 engine with a chromoly tube chassis and steel body vacuum with 18-inch front wheels, 20-inch back wheels. It's got dual side mounted exhaust.
It's all chrome and steel with nothing fancy. Just 540 horses to answer any questions.
This car has been heavily modified. The interior is gutted out. You can't really see it on the toy, but in the show there is a roll cage and is really just like sheet metal, just totally gutted race car kind of interior. I don't even think there's a passenger seat in the show, but on the diecast there is a passenger seat. Here is the front grille. It might be a little hard to see since it's so chrome, but you can see the headlights there on the front end, and then like a graded grille with a silver trim around it. And then there seems to be some sort of intake here that goes all the way over the engine and almost into the dash. I'm not sure what this thing is, if this is like an intake induction kind of tube thing. But these things on the side are side draft intakes. There are two sets of them on each side, and there's a huge modified mounted V8 on there. All of the Metal Maniacs had exposed engines. That was kind of their design motif. We got some big side pipes on the side. You know, where else would side pipes be? You can see they're kind of bolted on. A lot of these Metal Maniacs cars kind of look like they're hastily like riveted together out of like scrap metal. Always kind of like that scrappy, rough look that these cars have. It's just so badass. And in the back, it ain't no Hollowback girl, ain't no Hollowback girl. Sorry, I had to sing it because if I put the song in, I'll get a copyright claim. This is where the Hollowback gets its name. The whole back window is gone and it's just gutted out. And in the back, we got this fan here. I don't know what that fan would do. If there's any car enthusiasts in my comment section, please tell me what purpose this big fan in the back might serve. If there's also 2 bottles of nitrous in the back there, which is pretty cool. Considering this car started off in the series as a street racer, that makes a lot of sense. Although it does raise the question, is that just regular nitrous or is it nitrox? Where would the nitrox bottle go? Does Torque have nitrous and nitrox in his car? But yeah, anyway, you can see there's a lot of cool things going on in the back there. The window piece just kind of like, just straight like cuts off there. You can see there's like almost like a mini rear window, which is pretty funny. But the side windows are open. And then we have this big windshield that goes all the way up over onto the roof. So it's a pretty interesting look. This car is very unique looking for a muscle car. Here's the rear end. You can sort of see where the taillights would be there. And it's hard to see, but there is a very subtle rear spoiler. It's easier to see in the show because it's all black, but here on the toy, it's just red. But yeah, you could see kind of the seam line there. There is a rear spoiler that comes all the way down. And then there's a tab there where the base is actually slotted through, and there is a rivet on the front. Here is the base, Hollowback, made in Malaysia. Now, all the AcceleRacers had this code etched into the base that could unlock you exclusive online content if punched in. There's the new Trackstars logo, which was new for the time. Got all these like rivets kind of like bolted together. You can see the side pipes coming down. And all the AcceleRacers had this push-through logo where they cut a hole in the base and then the Hot Wheels logo would poke through from the interior piece, which is very cool. You can see the drivetrain right there. There is the graphic. A lot of the Metal Maniacs car had these sort of tribal tattoo-looking graphics, which is very cool looking. You got the Metal Maniacs logo right there. It's like slightly slanted. There's like a rough outline there. This is how it appeared in the show. Sometimes, we'll get to that in a second, there's some cool little bits of detail there on the door. I'm not sure what you would call that. This thing up here by the window. Yeah, this car is just really badass. It's got a really interesting look to it. This sort of highly modified, highly hot-rodded modern muscle car. A bit of history on this car. It was originally called Nightmare with a K. It was referred to as such in an early draft of the first movie script and of this concept art that you can see right here. What you're seeing on screen right now is the resin prototype for Hollowback that was pre-production. As you can see, it was originally depicted with a completely different graphic, which actually appeared in the show. It appeared all throughout the first movie, and then I think in the second movie onward, they tried to switch it to the final graphic, but they end up switching between them, sometimes even between shots in the same sequence. So now that I've brought that to your attention, you're probably not going to be able to unsee it when you watch the movies. It was also originally depicted with canards in the front. You can see these little areas right here where there's just kind of like a bump, but they don't really protrude out. Yeah, there was originally canards that protruded from the front two ends here, which I believe is for aerodynamics. You can see them in the show. It's in a lot of like promotional artwork when you see it in like the main line and stuff. So in like an artwork, it's sometimes depicted with the canards, but the diecast never had it. If I had to guess, they had to remove them for track performance because it probably kept it from like going through loops and curves and whatnot. It probably would have dragged in the front. It would have been too low of clearance. I do prefer it with the canards. I think the canards make it look a lot cooler, but you win some, you lose some. This car just has a lot of really cool body lines. It looks so cool from so many different angles. So the very first Hollowback that released was this bright pearlescent red version. But then, the AcceleRacers series had like millions and billions of variations. It's actually kind of maddening for a AcceleRacers collector like myself, because there's just so many variations to collect, it's like impossible to get them all. But on that note, the AcceleRacers Hollowback did have a couple different versions. So the earliest one that released was this pearlescent red one. It looks very plasticky. And then sometime during production, they switched to this Hollowback, which I think this is the one that's more iconic. This is the one more people know. This is, it's the same car, but it is painted in a satin darker red, and then the graphic is actually a little different. It has much smoother edges, and the white is now like silver. So here's a bit of a comparison. Take note to the edges of the graphic. You see how the one on the bottom is much more rough looking, and then the one on the top is just nice and smooth. This is how it appeared in the show. This is more accurate. And then they switched to this, which is not quite as accurate. I don't know why they did this, but it seems like the Tampo graphic on the satin one comes out a lot more crisp and clear, which is, I wonder if that's why maybe they switched to the paint. I don't know. Yeah, this is the satin dark red one, which is pretty iconic. Still have the CM5 wheels. Cold-molded wheels are actually two-piece wheels. The tire and the rim are actually separate pieces, and then they're cold-molded together in the factory manufacturing process. Yeah, this one has clear tires. There is a variation with opaque black tires. So yeah, that one was in the middle of the series run. And then another significant variation was the satin red with CM6 wheels. So it's exactly the same, it's just the wheels that are different. It has the CM6 wheels, which look like this. Very cool looking. As you can see, clear tire again. You can see they put some detail in the rim there when you see through it, which is pretty cool. The reason they changed cars from CM5 to CM6 is because the CM5 wheel tooling actually broke mid-production. So all the later released AcceleRacers all had CM6s, and then the Series 2 AcceleRacers, or Gen 2 as fans call it, all have CM6s. They just completely phased out the CM5 wheel, and that's because the tooling broke. This Hollowback with CM6s is also recognizable. If you haven't seen it in AcceleRacers, you might recognize it from its appearance in the Hot Wheels Beat That video game, which came out in 2007. When the Series 2 AcceleRacers came around in 2006, this Hollowback was re-released again, just like this in the satin with the CM6. Really, absolutely no difference between this one and the CM6 version on the 2005 packaging. So I won't spend a lot of time on that. But we got our first new livery in the AcceleRacers Series 2, and that is this one. This is the Acceleron series Hollowback. The Accelerons were an ancient interdimensional alien race from the show. And you can see there's a bunch of like realm symbols on the side. That is I believe that's the Acceleron logo. The Acceleron's color scheme was usually orange and purple. We got these nice CM6s with a purple trim, which looks really cool. This is a plastic body. It is painted in orange metal flake. Raw Zamac base again, chrome interior, and it's got a purple window piece and a chrome engine with the grille. Yeah, this engine and the grille piece, it's a separate piece that's actually like slotted in there. Take note of that for later. So yeah, very cool livery. Mine is not exactly in mint condition. You can see there's a couple scrapes. But I just noticed, yeah, you can see the gas cap right there on the back. That's pretty cool. So yeah, that is the Acceleron Hollowback, but it doesn't end there. There's another AcceleRacers release of this car. And it was back in, we're gonna turn the clock back again to 2005. To the 2005 New York Toy Fair. This is referred to as the Toy Fair Hollowback. This is probably the best Hollowback that they've ever done. It came in an acrylic case that looked a little something like this. As you can see, Toy Fair 2005 Hollowback, AcceleRacers logo right there, Metal Maniacs. These were made in a limited production quantity. So these are very limited edition. It's got a plastic body with a nice satin red paint, matte black painted base. It's got a nice satin silver interior with some matte black details. It's got a black hood. It's got a smoked out window with some black detailing around the edges. Satin silver engine and front grille piece with, again, some matte black detailing. And it's got the original Real Rider wheel types with a red line around the tires and red axle caps. It's in a satin red again, but it's an even shinier, like higher quality red than this one. The seam lines there of the casting isn't as noticeable. It's just a very nice, clean paint. Like, you could tell this is very premium. And we got Real Rider tires. This is two-piece wheels. You can see there's tread on the tires. So these are rubber tires. We still got the red dot, which is pretty cool. Not really a 5-spoke kind of wheel. It's kind of just like a steely. You can see the lug nuts in there. And then there's a bunch of details that are painted. So it's got a black hood, which it did in the show. It also had a black trunk, which this one does not have. But it's got the black, it's a matte black hood. You can see the hood pins are actually detailed in silver there, which is really cool. You can see even the side pipe tip is detailed in black. The tips of the side draft intakes are black, which is like really cool. This is like custom level of detail, like fan-made custom. This part on the side is silver. I don't really know why, but it does look neat. The interior here is like a matte gray. You can see the details in there a lot better now that it's in this sort of matte silver or satin silver. Yeah, that's much more legible than the chrome one, but yeah, you can see the two nitrous bottles in there. The base is just a painted matte black. This part here is kind of just stuck on there because it was screwed onto the acrylic case. I can't really get that off. You can see the screw hole there where it also screwed in at. Yes, this is a painted matte black base. The tail lights are actually detailed on this. This is the only Hollowback with detailed tail lights. You can see Toy Fair 2005 there on the top of the window piece. Looks like the window piece has black painted around the outer edge of it too, which is really cool. And the engine and front end is that satin kind of silver. And there we go. The grille is detailed. We got silver headlights and then the black graded grille. Oh, so good looking. And then we got that same graphic that was used on the satin normal version, where it's just got the smooth silver outline. Even the interior is detailed. It's got that satin silver, but there's a little bit of black in there. You can see the seats are black. It makes the interior just look so much easier to see than just having it all chrome.
Okay, what's going on here? Why is everything chrome?
Everything is chrome in the future.
So, very cool Hollowback. AcceleRacers, Hollowback had a really good run in the original AcceleRacers. I think it has like probably the most releases in the AcceleRacers style. But in 2007, the Hollowback would finally make its debut into the Hot Wheels mainline in 2007 in the Track Stars series. It looked a little something like this. It has a plastic body painted in a nice metal flake, kind of gunmetal gray, silver. It's got a chrome interior, chrome engine and grille piece, raw Zamac unpainted base, again, smoked out window piece, and we got 10 spoke wheels there. This is a very cool Hollowback. You can see it's got this big star kind of graphic on the side because it's, you know, track stars. It's in black, red, and white. There's a bunch of stars there, and then a stripe goes down the side. Same thing here. There's a little white dot there on that side panel. And as you can see, the engine piece on mine was not assembled correctly. It is loose. It's coming off, but hey, that can give you some insight on what a Hollowback looks like opened up. As you can see there's like a peg where the engine piece slots in. I bought this thing on card. It arrived like this. It was just a factory defect, I guess. Usually, I think there's like glue that holds that into place. I'm not sure about the Connect card because I don't have it yet, but I believe this is the first release that tooled out the push-through logo right there. It's now just part of the base. So very cool. This is another iconic Hollowback because it was the first time it debuted in the mainline. Track Stars works very well on the track. Still got nice painted plastic bodies for now. If you want to know what a Hollowback looks like opened up, this is a spare one that, as you can see, I've swapped some parts with an AcceleRacers version that had some rusted axles and chrome was coming off. So I bought one of these to swap out the parts and kind of restore the AcceleRacers one. This is kind of just like the parts that were left, but I can pull this apart for you. So the rivet comes off like that, and then there's a slot in the back, so we just gotta pull that out. There's the window piece. Looks a little something like that. Whenever you see tabs on it like that, it's because it sits in place like that. That's what it looks. That's what the back window looks like. Here's the interior. Now we can get a better look at the dash and everything. Huh, looks like it's detailed in black. Yeah, those two like circles there are detailed in black, which is nice. And I think the exhaust tips are detailed in black. This is very like not common for a mainline. Although it looks like the plastic underneath is actually black and then chrome. So I wonder if they just leave the inside unchromed to get that sort of black detail. You can see a little bit of the sides of the engine right there, which is very interesting. Right where the slot where the engine piece goes in, which is, as you can see, still slotted into the body. There's usually a peg that comes down through here, but I have shaved it off so that I could get the piece off because it's usually like glued into place. And there's two tabs there on the grill that holds it on to the body, so just kind of have to pull this out. Just like that. That's what a Hollowback looks like without its engine and grill. Pretty cursed, right? There's that front rivet right there. So there's the plastic body. That's what it looks like from the inside. And here's the engine. I know it's got some chrome loss, so it looks a little funky, but there's the engine and grill piece. So you can see the sides of the engine block here, and then when you put that down, it would go like right around here. And it comes together to make one engine, which is pretty cool. And there's the back end there. Now we can see those nitrous bottles in full. There's the Hollowback portion of Hollowback, and the nice steel seats. You can see like a roll bar right there going down the side. And here's the base with the rusted axles. I think this is actually the AcceleRacers base. The base, because as you can see, I did not cut the tabs to get the axles out at all. I just swapped out the bases because they're basically the same. So this is actually an AcceleRacers base. There's the hole there where the push-through logo pushes through. There it is on the bottom of the interior piece. So yeah, just in case you wanted to see how an original Hollowback is assembled, I just happen to have some spare parts lying around that I can show you, so that's pretty cool. All right, let's get back to the Hollowback's other releases. So after the Trackstars release in 2007, there was also a release in the Connect Cars series from 2009. I do not have one on hand, although I am really looking for one of these. This is a car I've been after for a long time because these international Connect cars are kind of hard to find. I'm hoping I can get my hands on one day, but for now, you're going to have to settle with a PNG. And then in 2010, Hollowback would yet again return to the Trackstars sub-series, looking a little something like this. It has a white plastic body, Zamac metal base, chrome interior, chrome engine and grille piece, and some black OH5 wheels with a gold trim. This is a very cool, good-looking release of Hollowback. I've always liked this one. The green window is a bit funky, but it does match the green on the graphics, so I don't really mind it too much. It's, you know, it's still good color theory, even if it's a little funky, but it does have a 2000s feel to it, even though it came out in 2010. So yeah, we still got the chrome engine here. You can see that engine block sort of in those two holes underneath there, peeking through. On the side, we got a Hot Wheels logo there in the back. This little circle here, I don't know what that says. It says something in that circle, but it's not legible, I can't read it. It might be hard for you to see, but on the side here, it's the Hot Wheels Graphics logo, and then JT, which, no, that's not an AcceleRacers reference. JT actually stands for Jerry Tyne Presidi, who was a graphic designer at Hot Wheels at the time. A lot of time these sort of sticker graphics are references to designers on the team. And we got these nice black and green stripes. As you can see, mine's not exactly in mint condition. It does got a few scrapes. It's not perfect. But yeah, you can see this nice black stripe. I think this stripe is very cool looking. It's very tasteful. This is a car that really doesn't need a whole lot of graphics to look good because it's just got a lot of really good looking body lines. And then we got a nice racing stripe over the top here, just on the roof and the trunk in black, and then with green on the outside. Very kind of Mountain Dew kind of feel to it. Where's my epic Mountain Dew gamers rise up? Definitely got that what it feels like to chew 5 gum kind of look to it from like the mid to late 2000s. So I've sort of hinted at this, and I'm finally going to address it. All the releases I've showed you so far, that is it for the original tooling. So all the AcceleRacers ones, these two Trackstars releases, and the Connect Cars one, those are all the releases that this original tooling has gotten until 2013, when Hollowback would return to the main line, retooled. This version was in the Super Chromes sub-series, and can you tell the differences already? So around 2013, 2014, they changed their manufacturing processes where, you know, before all of the pieces would be assembled by an employee, by human hands, so they could have a lot of tucked parts like this. But cutting labor is what cut costs to try and keep the price down to $1 for mainlines. So they changed it to have a machine that vertically kind of sandwiches the cars together. And so a lot of the sort of, you know, tab and post configurations and tucked parts and everything like that, a lot of that had to be tooled out of a lot of castings so that the cars could be designed to kind of fall together vertically. And that hindered the look of this car greatly, in my opinion. Because as you can see, that engine and grill piece is now molded to the body. The side draft intakes, all the engine parts on the sides are now part of the interior. So the whole grill, and then these big like induction intakes over the engine, that's all part of the body. So like it doesn't look that bad when the car is in chrome, but you'll see later when we're not in a chrome, yeah, it looks a little, well, you know, you'll see. So before, the side pipes were part of the interior, as you can see right here. But for some reason, they retooled that to where it's now part of the base, but then the exhaust tip sticks out from the interior piece. I don't know why they changed it like that, where just the tip comes out from the interior piece. It's very kind of strange. And as you can see, it's much more like square shaped and much thicker than the original one, which is kind of squashed in comparison. On the back here, the fan is now tooled into the body, and that's so that the fan can come down as a rivet right there. There was no rivet before. It was tabbed right there where the base would poke through the body, but that was tooled out, so that tab is no longer there, as you can see. The fan being a part of the body is not really noticeable in this release because both the body and the interior are plastic chrome, but you will see on later releases it's much more noticeable, as you can see right there. So yeah, in my opinion, this casting was severely nerfed, and this is one of my least favorite retools of all time. I think this retool kind of ruined this car in a way. I hate to be so negative about it, but that's just my honest feelings. I think nothing beats the original tooling. It just does not compare. But I guess this is what was required if we wanted this casting to keep living on into the future. So, you know, we've had this retool for the past 10 years or so. Anyway, getting into this Super Chrome's 2013 release, it's got a chrome plastic body, a matte black painted base. We got a bit of a darker, oily kind of chrome, blackish gray interior. It's got a yellow window piece, and we got black PR5s with a yellow trim. The base looks quite different because this is a new tooling here. Let me grab the white Trackstars one. So yep, you can see the Trackstars logo is gone. The whole Malaysia logo is tooled out. And the Hot Wheels logo is updated to the 2010s to now logo. This one does have some pretty cool graphics though. I think these are probably designer logos, but I don't really know some of these. Is that Adam? We got what looks like Shua maybe. We got a Hot Wheels logo right there. We got like a test facility kind of logo there. We got some like hazard stripes, yellow and black hazard stripes. Then like a crash test kind of logo right there. So this is probably like, you know, it's like a crash test or a stunt test sort of theme going on here. Got a number 9 in red and black and white, and then a kill pin logo, whatever kill pin is. I'm gonna have to look up these names on the Hot Wheels wiki. I'm sure they mean something. But yep, there is the Super Chromes one. The more I touch it, the more I'm gonna get my fingerprints all over it. So in 2014, we have the Hot Wheels Off-Road Rally release. As you can see, these Hollowbacks are getting progressively uglier. Black plastic body, Zamac metal base. We have a red plastic interior, and we've got light brown MC5 wheels with a yellow rim. So yeah, interesting color combinations here. Looks kind of funky. I don't really like this one all that much. The idea of a black Hollowback is a great idea, but the red interior piece is just not it. I do really like these graphics though. It says Hollowback right there on the side, which is very cool, and it's asymmetric, so Hollowback is going up this way on the door instead of on this upper back panel. It's got some cool streaks or flames or something going up the side, kind of rally inspired livery. And then we got a bunch of logos here. I don't know how much of this is real logos or like designer logos. We got Swisher, VO, Misha, number 776. I don't even know what that says at the bottom there. There's a Hot Wheels logo on the top. Schnid. I don't know what that says. Got something motors. These tampos are kind of sloppily applied, so it's very hard to see. Stowe. G-Vaughn. I know I've seen that one before. Tricero. Lana. Yeah, some of these are kind of hard to read. I'm feeling kind of embarrassed trying to figure these out, so we'll just leave it at that. I mean, it's definitely a black Hollowback. After that, there was a red one in a Track Aces 5-pack that I do not have. That came out in 2015. And then in 2016, there was this one that came in the Race Aces 5-pack. Of the Hollowback retool releases, this is definitely one of my favorite ones. You just can't go wrong with a Hot Wheels racing livery. This has been kind of a staple of Hot Wheels since the mid-90s and still going today. We got a blue plastic body, a silver painted metal base, chrome interior, red window, and we got black OH5 wheels with a red hub. Even though it's got the retool where the whole front end is just not detailed, I do really like this livery. I'd love to see like a custom of this livery, but with the original tooling. On the side, we got a bunch of white and orange stripes, of course, Hot Wheels. Number 16 in the back, because this came out in 2016. Hot Wheels graphics logo. Mathis, that's Rob Mathis. It looks like Jorek, I don't know who that is. And we got the same on both sides. We got a red window, which is strange because, you know, we got orange on the side, but the wheels and the window are red. Although, you know, I don't mind because like it matches the wheels, so there's still some color theory there. It's not too garish looking. Yeah, this is actually pretty cool. I always love these blue and orange and white Hot Wheels racing team liveries. You just can't go wrong with them. Then in 2017, we had a very interesting looking Hollowback in the mystery models line. It was this one. I'm sure you've noticed already there is a glaring aspect of this car that looks quite familiar if you're looking at those graphics. That's right. They reused the AcceleRacers graphic on this 2017 mystery model. And then instead of a Metal Maniacs logo, they just kind of stuck a Hot Wheels logo there. Very strange, very strange.
We never do the same graphic on the same car twice.
There were a couple cars in 2017 that reused some AcceleRacers graphics. I don't know if they were doing this on purpose or what this is all about. It's got a green plastic body, a matte red metal base, chrome interior, yellow window piece, and black Trap 5 wheels with a gold trim. This is a bit of a garish color scheme. I guess, you know, the yellow does match the copper colored wheel trim, but the red base is a very strange choice because, you know, it hooks up from the pipes. I guess the pipes are so hot that they're glowing red. I don't know, but then the back bumper is also red. Doesn't really make sense. Yellow piss window, my favorite. A lot of Hollowbacks with this graphic got released. A lot. All right, you ready for the ugliest Hollowback yet? In 2018, they released a Hollowback in the Glow Wheel series. Oh, gee, golly, by gosh. This thing is fucking hideous. Oh! We got a orange plastic body, an enamel blue metal base, chrome interior, an aqua blue window piece, and we got white glow-in-the-dark PR5s with an aqua trim. So this is from the Glow Wheels series, so the wheels glow in the dark. That's why they're kind of white. I'm not sure what kind of color they would look like. Maybe we should try the glow feature a little later. But there it is. It's got these graphics on the side, glow wheels, and then some sort of number. It's kind of got like a nuclear kind of look to it. G3, but it's got Hot Wheels on the side there. The stripes look nice. The graphics are actually pretty good. It's the color scheme. It's the color scheme I really don't like. That orange front end just looks hideous. Ugh. Like, bro, how do we go from this to this? What happened? When is Hot Wheels gonna learn color theory again, you know? But the glow wheels fun continues because this model was a regular treasure hunt that year. That's right, this was a treasure hunt Hollowback. Now in purple plastic body. We got like a satin sort of greenish, yellowish base, chrome interior, yellow window again, and the glow wheels with a black trim this time. So this one, another one, glow and dark wheels. The only difference in the graphics is the circle flame logo, because all of the modern treasure hunts, regular treasure hunts, have the circle flame logo. I kind of just like the colors on this one a little better, but it is still pretty awful looking. Let's compare that base to the very first retool, the Super Chromes one. Really, it's just like the font. All right, let's try and charge up these glow wheels and see if they glow. I would hope so, it's in the name. It'd be false advertisement if it didn't glow. All right, there you go, there's your glow wheels. You probably can't see the rest of the car because it's so dark. So it's just like floating set of wheels, whoa. Then the Hollowback took kind of a break for a few years, and then it showed back up again in 2021 in the Hot Wheels City versus Toxic Creatures 5-pack. What a mouthful. It was one of those Hot Wheels City 5-packs, and it actually looks pretty cool. It's got a gray plastic body, yellow enamel painted metal base, chrome interior, smoked out window, and then we got black J5 wheels with a yellow trim. This one is definitely an improvement over the glow wheels. This is a much better color scheme. It's got a taxi theme going on here, so nice like checkered flag kind of racing livery, but it's also a taxi, which is kind of interesting. It says taxi there on the side with a Hot Wheels logo. Fajar Racing, Willac wheels, got some white and sort of teal stripes, and the yellow base. Again, the yellow base is an awkward kind of choice because, you know, why would the side pipes be yellow? But whatever. I guess, you know, yellow and black is like a taxi color scheme. But at least this one looks a bit more normal than the last few that we've had. This was kind of a neat one. I definitely bought that whole 5-pack in 2021 just for this Hollowback. Hollowback would take another break until it would return this year in 2025 as of the making of this video, and it returned in the Silver Series back into its original AcceleRacers form. So I talked about this car a lot in my AcceleRacers Silver Series review video where I reviewed all the 5 cars in the set. It has a dark red plastic body, a Zamac metal base, unpainted, chrome interior, a slightly smoked out window piece. It's got black C5 wheels, which is a Silver Series 5-spoke wheel with a silver trim, but no silver on the spokes. And it's got a tampo on the side and then inkjet printing on the front. As you can see, this definitely looks a lot different than some of the other Hollowback retools. This is the first Hollowback retool to be in semi-premium in Silver Series, so they used inkjet printing to try and cover up some of the retooled aspects about this car. They tried to make it screen accurate to the show, so it's got a black hood, which is inkjet printed, and a black trunk. And of course, they detailed the grille and this big top of the engine here in silver. As you can see, it's red on the side. They couldn't get that surface, but at least they got it on the top. From some angles, it looks pretty good. So by far, this is you could call me biased, but this is the best looking release of the Hollowback retool. I did a pretty in-depth comparison to the original Hollowback from the 2005 series in the Silver Series review video. So if you'd like to check that out, you know, card suggestion pop-up, maybe link in the description. I'm sure you can check it out. But very cool that we got Hollowback back. Again, they used the silver outline smooth graphic instead of the screen accurate rough one like the original lighter red pearlescent Hollowback, but it's whatever. But I mean, like, how many times did they do Hollowback with this graphic? Like I said, this has to be the one AcceleRacers car that has the most releases. You know, 2006, 2005, Toy Fair, 2017 Mystery Models, 2025 Silver Series. If you count the variations, there's like the CM5 wheel variation there. Look at all that Hollowback. That's a lot of Hollowback. So I'm not gonna go super in depth anymore with this release because I've talked about it before. It's very cool. Definitely one of the best releases of Hollowback. But it doesn't end there. We got one more Hollowback that released this year in 2025. That's right, there were 2 Hollowbacks this year. There was a Hollowback in the Halloween set for this year. As of the filming of this video, Halloween was yesterday. I'm filming this on Saturday, November 1st. So I'm a little late to the party on Halloween, but it's got like a magenta, maroonish, kind of dark red plastic body with a bit of like a metal flake kind of sparkle to it. It's got like a gunmetal gray metal flake painted base, metal base, gold chrome interior, smoked out window, and then we got the black skull wheels with a gold hub and these really cool like graphics of like a demon face or something. I don't know, it looks cool. It actually kind of reminds me of some of the graphics they used to do like in the early 2000s. And then there's like the Hot Wheels jack-o'-lantern, the Halloween Hot Wheels logo that's on like a lot of the Halloween releases there on the rear. I love these skull wheels. I know it's kind of goofy, but to me it's like charming goofy, right? Like I love when they put these on the Halloween cars. It's always like a lot of fun. So here was the base of that taxi one. As you can see, it was pretty much the same as before. And then when we cut to the Halloween one, as you can see, it's very different. These sort of trapezoid shapes up here are on the different sides now. We got a bigger Hot Wheels logo, Hollowback Malaysia. Malaysia is where they make the main lines. So yeah, I don't know why they changed the base again. That's pretty interesting. But other than that, the casting is pretty much the same. The gold's pretty interesting. It's a little goofy looking, but at least it's got like it's got some good color theory in it. It's not like just totally and utterly garish. It does look very nice, very Halloween-y. So yeah, that is as of the making of this video, the last Hollowback that was released. But don't go away, we're not done quite yet. Before we wrap up here, we're gonna go over some other Hollowbacks. In 2005, when AcceleRacers was releasing, there was a McDonald's casting of Hollowback. This is not the same sculpt as the normal one. This is its own tooling just for McDonald's. It's got a red metal flake metal body, a plastic silver base. It's got a gray, like sort of an interior for the rear and the engine. And I think the front end there and the grille is actually part of the body and it's just painted. Same with the side pipes, part of the body, painted though. And the decals on the side are stickers that you're supposed to apply yourself once you receive the car in a little McDonald's toy baggie. It's got a smoked out window. There is a switch on the bottom. When you switch that on, there's actually a light inside that illuminates the car. But as you can see, the light doesn't work anymore on this one, unfortunately. It's hard to find these old McDonald's cars with lights in them that still work. But yeah, it's interesting. You can see there's a bit of separation right here where the engine and this front part connect, and that's because like this is a separate piece, and then this is part of the body, and it's actually painted. You can see the overspray there on the sides. I know it's subtle, but maybe close up on the camera, you can see that. Canards are cut off again. The graphic looks pretty bad because it's just like a sticker, so it doesn't cover a lot of surface area. Here it is in comparison to the original Hollowback. The sculpt is just completely different. It's much like kind of taller and thicker and chunkier, and it's got a different looking stance. You can see the front end actually sits a little higher. We did a cube review video all about these AcceleRacers and World Race McDonald's toys where we compared them all to the original versions. So again, if you want to watch that, card suggestion pop up. So yeah, that's the McDonald's Hollowback, and I don't think it was ever reused after this. I think this was the first and last McDonald's Hollowback. I do think there was a larger scale plastic Hollowback that was released later, but that was like an all plastic toy. That wasn't like a die cast like this. This is actually a 1/64 die cast. That was after they stopped doing die cast McDonald's Hot Wheels. Oh, and it's got 5-spoke McDonald's wheels. I mentioned earlier about how the AcceleRacers series had its own collectible card game. And so here is the Hollowback card from the card game. It looks a little something like this. This is really cool artwork. You can see the canards that I was talking about right there on the front. Usually they're black, but here they're red. The illustration is by Andy Ogden. It looks like this is actually card number 1 of 246. There were 246 in total. This is card number 1. I actually didn't know that. It's interesting. Here's its stats here at the top. Metal Maniacs. You feel it before you see it. That big block engine is rumbling right off the Richter scale. When the Hollowback is brought into play, return 1 mod from your junk pile to your hand. And there's the back. All the AcceleRacers cards are like that on the back. Copyright Mattel. And then every vehicle in the card game had like a modified version. So there's like 2 cards of every car. So here is the torqued Hollowback. So this is like a more powerful Hollowback. As you can see, the stats are a little different. But this is the torqued Hollowback with a new piece of artwork there. Again, by illustration by Andy Ogden. This is number 11 of 246. Salvage some mods. When torqued Hollowback is brought into play, you may choose to spend 1 action point for every mod you return from your junk pile to your hand. The Hollowback appeared in some of the artwork on other cards, but also I want to show you this. This is the German collector card from the Quartet set. AcceleRacers Vollgas on Limit. As you can see, Torquematics is pictured right there. Team Metal Maniacs, Hollowback. Look at that, it's got a V8 Einspritzmotor mit Makumindergulschen.
Dieser Taco schafft's nicht mal bis ins Ziel.
Yeah, I'm not gonna read all this German. I can't do German. But I just thought that was neat. I just kind of wanted to show you that. Some other notable Hollowback merchandise. There was this Hollowback stereo, like a radio. You know, back in the 2000s, you know, there was a lot of these sort of radio stereos designed for kids that are shaped like different things. And Hot Wheels had one, and it was gigantic. You could see where the buttons are. Pretty interesting. Then there was this slightly larger scale lights and sounds Hollowback toy. That pretty self-explanatory, had lights and sounds. This was on the shelves for quite a while. Now, I don't really review customs a lot on this series, but this thing is just so cool that I have to show it to you. Friend of the channel, Super Robo. He's a very talented model maker. He took that lights and sounds Hollowback and created this. He just completely modified the toy, stripped out all the electronics and everything, and created this sort of large-scale model of Hollowback. This thing is just cool. Oh my gosh! I've had this for a while. I've been hanging on to it. Super Robo sold it to me a long time ago, and it's been in my collection. As you can see, there's a lot of things he added. So the headlights there are actually like little plastic jewels, which is like really creative. And I don't know if that's the original grill or if he made that grill. I think he made that grill. The wheels are completely custom. These are like 2-piece rubber tire wheels. Of course, he red dotted them. The whole interior is completely custom. Like he put the steering wheel in, and like the seat and the shifter, the dash, like that was all him. The roll cage. And he put a new window in it, the windshield, he put that in. Of course, he painted the trunk black, as well as the hood. It looks like he kind of tried to drill holes in the side draft intakes, sort of. So yeah, this is just super cool. He detailed the taillights. This is what the bottom looks like. He signed it right there on the bottom. And 02, I guess maybe this is the second one he had made. You can see the speaker there where the sound would come out of. Yeah, I've had this on display in my collection for a while, and I've been wanting to show it on the channel, so perfect excuse to do it. The engine is like super huge on this thing, because on the original toy, the engine would like rumble with the lights and sound. So let's compare it with, we'll grab the Hollowback, Toy Fair Hollowback. There it is, comparison with the 1/64 scale version. Oh yeah, he cut the window out too, because the window was smaller And he made the window like bigger and wider, which is like super cool. He made so many like subtle changes that just really made this look really cool. But yeah, you can see the engine is just massive on this thing. The graphics he put on, I think they're water slides. Unfortunately, they don't have the silver outline, it's just the black. But he put so much work into this that it's hard to complain. That's my only dock against it, is the graphics are kind of missing an outline. And I think that the Metal Maniacs logo should be like slightly slanted like that. But other than that, this thing is like super sick. Still missing the canards though. So yeah, there's a large scale model of Hollowback, pretty neat. So that was Hollowback, one of the best in the AcceleRacers series and an all-time classic for Hot Wheels Originals. But don't go away just yet, because now it is time to put Hollowback to the test on the Stunt Track Challenge.
Okay, get ready to race. 3, 2, 1, go! Oh, perfect!
All right, everybody, that was my Hollowback collection. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Hot Wheels Originals Reviews. If you've gotten this far in the video, thank you for sticking around. If you enjoy this series, I've got plenty other reviews of Hot Wheels Fantasy cars that you can go check out, and there are more on the way. Thank you for tuning in to Tesla's Cube. I'm AcceleReece, and until the next one, I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace out.